With a relationship, what is more important to you? The love aspect or the happiness aspect? Now, both of them can happen at the same time. You can't be in love and be happy. But I noticed by talking to some of my friends and even co-workers that some of them are in love, but they're not happy. They're just going through the motions. Like they love the person, but they fear change. They don't want to leave the situation because they have got comfortable with the state of affairs. And when I say being in love, I mean, when you're in love with somebody, that's a feeling. You know, that's something that nobody from the outside knows how you feel about them to a exact T. They might know you got feelings, but love is something that you grow, that develops over a time with that person. You know, that the kind of bond that you have. But happiness on the other side of it is, yeah, you might be with them, but you're not happy with the relationship, the direction of the relationship is going, certain things that the other person does that you don't like. So it's almost like it's a contrast. Which one do you want to show more? I say both of them should coexist with each other. Like, you shouldn't have one without the other. And if you do, it's time to change the situation. Change only changes when you change. So if you never change, don't expect something else to change. You got to make the steps yourself to correct the situation. Most people who are in relationships, most of them are unhappy. Based on a study, they said most people are unhappy dealing with the small things that goes on in relationship. Yeah, they are in love, but man, I don't like the way he do that. That really irks my nerve, or he really do this too much. But I love him though. That's why I'm with him. I will put up with that, with those flaws, just so we can be happy. But deep down inside, how can you be happy if you are constantly thinking about those flaws, or you're constantly pointing them out? I believe that everybody that's in a relationship has free will to leave when they want to. Some people stay based on status, based on different things like that. You know, like, well, I don't want to start new. I'm comfortable here. You only live once. So I advise everybody to whatever problems, whatever little small things that you're going through with your spouse or your significant other, whatever you're going through, sit down and talk to them. If y'all can't come to some understanding, or maybe the problems, your problems don't seem that important to that person, the other person, maybe you need to explain to them why those problems affect you in that way. If y'all can't come to some understanding to where they can look at it from your side and try to correct it, so you are more, the relationship can be, you could be in love and happy, then it's time to step away and find somebody who's not going to waste your time and you're dealing with the unhappiness. I'm at a point in my life where I'd rather be happy than anything else. Personal growth is what I'm working on. I personally want to grow to be the best person I can. But in order to do that, I understand that there has to be changes that got to be made along the way. I cannot stay the same. If I'm the same person I was yesterday, then I haven't grown at all. So with that, as my relationship goes, I try to do whatever I can. Reading books, talking to counselors, listening more. I do things of that nature to try to come to some kind of agreement to where we can talk to each other in a regular manner to where we're not hollering and screaming, arguing all the time. The arguments, half of the time, arguments it's nothing accomplished during an argument. Just you shouting out how you feel, they shouting out how they feel, but there's never no compromise of, well, you feel that way, well, I'm going to do this to help make the situation better. Or you feel that way, I'm going to try to do this to make it better. If both of you are trying to make it better, it makes it easier. But if it's only one-sided, then maybe that one side need to get up out of there. What you stand for. It's easy for somebody from the outside to tell somebody that's in a relationship what their next course of action should be. But that person on the outside don't have the time, the heart, and the feelings involved. So it's basically up to you. You don't have to take somebody's advice and do exactly what they say, but you can take their advice and then inform your own decisions and take them steps for you to move forward. I'm gonna leave with a quick story. It's kind of funny, but this is how I look at most relationships. A lady went to the store. She bought her a parrot. The first day she came home, parrot won't make no noise, just won't do nothing. So she went back to the pet store the next day. The pet store said, well, parrots like mirrors. So she bought a mirror, put it in front of the parrot. Well, the next day she went back to the pet store because it still ain't make a noise. Well, he said, well, look, parrots like swings. You get them a swing. So she got him a swing. The next day she went back to the pet store. He said, well, parrots also like to sit on a perch, a ledge. So she bought that and went back home. On the fourth day she went back to the store. She asked the lady was like, so you need something else? She was like, nah, he died. She was like, well, I hope he said something before he died. And she said, yeah. He said, do that pet store serve